Hello, and welcome to this Marq training video. In today's video, we're going to explore browsing templates, creating projects, and uploading images to customize our collateral. In previous videos, we've explored navigating the homepage and what each of the tabs in the navigation bar mean. Today, let's look at how we can browse the templates that are shared with us, create a project from those, and upload images we need to customize that project. As before, your first time in, you may not see any of the thumbnails here on previous projects, so your first visit is most likely going to be the Templates tab. When we click on the Templates tab, we'll be able to see a variety of template options available to us. I should note that your admin team does have the ability to turn off the Marq templates, limiting you to the brand templates. Across the top row, we can see each of the template categories available to us, and we're going to begin under brand templates, where we'll see all the brand collateral our design and marketing team has built and put into place for us. Note, we can use the categories and filters that have been built out to quickly narrow down to just the templates that we're looking for. Or if we know the name of the templates, we can do a quick search across the top to find the template examples. Let's continue our tour of the template page, and then we'll make a copy and start creating. Note, we have the featured templates listed across the top. These are templates our admin or design team has marked as being important or very relevant to the current time of year for us. These can rotate in and out at the admin team's design, and we can click on those just like any other template to make a copy. Beneath those are the popular templates, and if you'll remember from a previous video, we discussed popular templates are popular across your entire team. That's everyone on the shared organizational account, and we can see which templates are most frequently being used. Beneath those are all the other brand templates that our design team has put into place for us. There could be dozens or even hundreds of brand templates. That's where the categories and filters on the left-hand side come into play. Across the top, we see other options, including Shared with Me, in which case we can see shared templates that have been privately shared to us, personal templates, where we've made any personal copies to live as templates, or we can explore, if it's available, the thousands of Marq templates available that have been professionally designed and are free for us to make use of. Note, the Marq templates have all the same options. We can sort by different categories and filters, or if we know the name of a specific template or type of template, we can do a search across the top. For now, let's look at our brand templates, and we're going to look at this new template. If we click on it, we see a preview window pop up where we can see every page attached to the template, as well as any descriptions of that template. In this case, an excellent example brochure. We can click through each page to see what it would look like, and we can hit Use Template when we're ready to create our own private copy of that. Note, as a user, you don't have any ability to edit or change the original template. You can only make your own copy, which is an excellent safeguard to prevent you from accidentally changing something that you shouldn't. We'll go ahead and click Use Template, in which case Marq is going to ask us to name our template. Now, we can name it anything that we like, but it's important to note that over time you may build up dozens or perhaps even hundreds of templates. So a simple but convenient naming convention can be very important. For today's example, we're just going to name this Test. Now, as soon as I hit Create Document, the system's going to open up the editor in a new tab where I can immediately begin to customize this template. We're going to come back to the editor in a later video, so we're going to let that open, but we're going to jump back to the home page to explore what happens once we've created a copy. We're going to hit Create, and we see that new tab beginning to open. We're going to jump out of that though and go back to the Home tab. We can see Marq has already saved my test templates in my project library, and now I can navigate to projects to see where that lives. So we'll give the system a minute to catch up, and while it does that, we'll take a tour of the My Projects tab. Note, I've already created some example folders in My Projects to further help organize and sort the projects I'm working on. I can see a list of any of the other projects I've made, as well as a new project I just created. Let's take a brief tour of the Project tab, and we'll talk about creating folders and storage. As we scroll down, we'll see any folders we've created, as well as any folders that may have been shared to us. We can immediately jump to Recent Projects, Starred Templates, see a list of any projects that have been shared explicitly with us, review any projects in our trash, search, back up our projects, or even look at any projects we've published to the web. Now, as far as organizing and creating folders, it's as easy as right-clicking an empty space, choosing to type a new folder, choosing a name, and hitting OK. After a moment, the system will create the folder, and then you can drag and drop any of your projects into that folder to help sort and organize them. We can even open an existing folder and create a separate set of subfolders within. Now, I mentioned the trash, and an important note about using Marq is that when you go to delete an item, if we hit more, the system will give us the option to delete. We won't get any warning or caution if we choose to delete. Instead, it'll simply remove it from our projects folder after a few moments and add it to the trash. I should note you can pull an item from your trash for up to 7 days, after which point it'll be permanently deleted. That's why I would encourage you to make use of the folder system, whether you create an archive or junk folder, and store your documents and projects there. To quickly refresh, we can go to templates, review any of the templates that are shared with us, noting that our admin team may turn off access to the Marq templates, and we'll have all of our brand templates. We can use the filters and categories to quickly narrow down what we're looking for. If we click on any template, we can see an example of it, as well as any other pages that may be attached, and choose to use that template if we wish. Once we create a copy, we're making our own project, which will go to live in our projects folder, and it opens a new tab where we can begin editing and customizing that. We can sort and organize our project as need be, and create subfolders and multiple folders within there. Now let's look at one final aspect before we jump into the editor in our next video. If we click on My Images, we'll see a copy of all the images we've uploaded to the platform, as well as a list of any images that have been shared with us. Another really exciting feature about Marq is the ability to use Bing or Unsplash to search for professional level photographs that are copyright free that we can make use of. In this case, we're going to search for adventure because we chose an adventure template to create a project from. We'll find one that we like, and we're going to add it to our photos. Marq's immediately going to upload that and add it to our photos for future use. In our next video, we're going to review the editor, customizing the example we just created, and talk through all of that process. This has been another Marq training video. We hope you've enjoyed, and happy creating.